A question about programming, and question about what to teach. Everything is unclear. Tim Berners-Lee is not really responsible for many things, cannot explain many things. Look like somebody did allow, but that person cannot be found. My question to them, to those people, university people. My first question is, I was in '91 in Harvard. I was visiting Harvard, and my question is, did you have any network that you can communicate with other state, other house, other university in United States or overseas? The answer would be no. Why? Because I was in '91 in Harvard. I was trying to get admitted just to see if I can be admitted, but they gave me so much requirements and all that. I did not have all that ready. So, but still, it's a good experience just to see. And I was checking. They told me you can go inside of the admissions. Told me you can go inside a certain campus because I was interested in certain area. So I went inside of campus. I see people sitting, listening, and doors are open. You can see students. But and I was just checking on like dorm, how dorm look like. I have my own networks. What kind of networks they have? They didn't have anything. They could not communicate. In '91, they could not communicate with other university or other home even, or organization or business or anyone, lab or anyone. Why? Because in '91 it was like AOL, but to me it appears to me AOL is more like for some businesses. It's not really for homes, it's not really for universities. And then it could be .com, but .com was between like AT&T, just few billions, or web, just few billions. But that configuration is different. That configuration is assuming the building is trying to be connected to other building. That configuration does not assume to go to the middle of the country, or maybe east-west, in the middle of nowhere, build new building, have different power backups, put computers and all that. That configuration does not assume it. So they did not have that. And in '91, I've seen AOL. They were connecting whatever they had connecting, like few billions. And then I came to system in '92, my own system. I did observe AOL '91 of New York, but I did come to substantially different system, and on top of it, international network, because that what AOL had, I did not count that. And I was counting exploring from home, because AOL '91 is not really for homes. I've seen AOL in Manhattan minivan, and I was looking around in New York or New Jersey. They did not run. I did not see any AOL minivans for the houses. So, and from what I know, they were working until like 7 p.m. or something, and then after that doesn't work. So I came to a different configuration, completely different, and specifically for homes. But then I was adding some things to my external system and with my search engine and my different platforms. And then I came to education, EDU. Education to me, it's like similar to non-profit organizations, but some universities are for profit, some for non-profit, but I kept them separate. But you can pull them just like any other business. Like inside of your suppose external system, in the middle of nowhere, Colorado or somewhere, suppose, or east west, like if I duplicate. Now, so if I have business, I have browser. That's my certain way of browser. Because Tim did not come to that network and that kind of design thinking and exploring from home. In fact, from what I know, he was inside of some lab. Lab is not home. So his focus was on like LinkedIn or whatever. My focus was like certain design thinking and certain network configuration to explore from houses and inside of the country, even for international exploring. So that's not his part. That's why he cannot talk. He could implement LinkedIn and language that you can teach, but you cannot teach about that exploring because he did not come, and AOL 91 did not come because it was different. But later, after my wife, ex-wife, was repeating and her people came and they were implementing, like AOL changed to new location, I think Virginia or something. So when they changed to new location, I was checking. It's pretty much they were implementing my system. They were kind of, they took a different way because I can see search engine, all that. It's not their design thinking. So they cannot teach because it came from my ex-wife, right? It was mine, but she made paper, right? They implemented, and then Yahoo. So they cannot talk because I came to know them. And Tim Berners-Lee cannot talk because he didn't come. So that's why when they say, okay, we can teach this, but when it comes to exploring, we cannot teach. Yeah, you cannot teach, and Google cannot teach. They might say, we try to talk to Google or Amazon what it's about, what it's all about. They don't talk, they don't answer. Why? Because it's not their design thinking. Design thinking, I mean, innovative. You need to try to be innovative, substantially different. So like when I came to Minnesota in '92, I went to store, they did not have anything, completely zero for networking. You cannot pay and search online. They might say web. Well, web is different. Web is between 10 billions, configuration different, software decision, browser, all different. So I came to my own, specifically designed for the house. My main purpose, I come after work to a house, and if I want to explore, I explore. And then later I added like rentals, like computer rentals, but they can have networking, because when I was asking, those like UPS, they did not have. And my concept was, business concept, to have certain cafe. Believe it or not, all of that was with legal papers. All those internet cafes, they all had illegal papers. Look like I allow, where I did not allow, and look like she is a wife, but she is divorced. Basically, divorced lady want to make money, pour up all kind of stuff, repeating about mine, implemented mine, but that's not really legal. It's all illegal. All those internet cafes, it's not internet cafe. For internet cafe, if you want internet cafe, you need to run from the internet cafe straight to the house. That would be internet configuration. They have only wire between your computer and other computer. In my case, it's not internet cafe, they use my configuration. This case, from internet cafe, it's going to external system like Google and getting back the result. It's not getting from house or anything. But there are houses there on external system, like emails or anything, because they created an account, but that account is not sitting on the house end. That is account is sitting on the computer which is outside of the house. In fact, they can even turn their own house computer off. That's my, I thought it's quite good. People can turn off their computers and still can get email. You see my logic? Normally, with internet, if there is one computer, another computer, and you put like cable between, they should run computers like when you go to work, suppose at house, another house. If you put internet like a line, just a cable, they need to both run computers. So if this one leave message to that guy, then they should run the computer, or other ones. So in my case, I came to the external system. They can turn computers off, and then any guy can turn it on, send a message. A message would stay on the external system. That's my new system, my new Explorer from 92. It's not web's way, it's not internet's way. Web's way, just go to other buildings. They need to both run computers. In my case, they don't need to run computers. In fact, they can turn off all their computers. And if you want to leave a message, you can use laptop and send a message to any company. Previously, they would need to all have computers running to send them a message. With my new way, you don't need any computers. You can even remove computers. You can remove computers from the building, put on a truck, and still can get message for your company, because message is coming to my external system. That's why I said my system is a backup for normal system. But I do not suggest 100% to go with it. Certain information like banks or certain things like AutoZone, I was okay. They run their system for internal use, but my system is for people to see their business. Yeah, they can buy, but you don't need to go 100%. So they are not supposed to, from my 92 way, they're not supposed to quit all their operations, because the security level exposure is much different. So like banks, I never suggested for bank to go with my system, because my original plan to give information on what bank has, locations, history, saving account, checking account, you know, those rates, whatever, mortgage, auto loans, pre-qualify. I even stopped my 92 banking. I came to banking, whatever banking we have. My 92 way is actually to stop. People can check the account balance, but to make transactions, that's optional. If banks say okay, at that point I stop. I don't want some people make transactions. So my original plan was to see the balance. So I suppose you use card everywhere, and you deposit work checks or anything, you can always check your balance. That was my original plan. But then I stopped. I said, to make transactions online, I need to talk to bank. So if they really want that one, because it's a certain risk level, if it's good for them or not. So now in that case, you see again, even people, it's not internet or web or anything configuration, they can turn off the computer, okay? So their computer doesn't work. And the bank can still send them a message. You see how my system works? Why? Because the message is not going to the customer. The message is going to the external system. Either suppose I put in Colorado or East-West. I can redirect or duplicate, whatever. So, but suppose in case of email, I have one place, right? And then the bank is leaving the message. And when people come after work, they turn the computer on, they want to see the message, they go to message, and the form, the browser form is sending to the external system. It's not getting from the home computer, it's going to outside, excuse me, from the external system. So I came to that particular network configuration ways. In the case of education, you don't store on your educational computers inside of Harvard all that what they call website. It's not a website, it's my site. It's not web's network configuration or even design thinking. They should not even call website. If you ask anyone from web, they never came to it. It's not the intellectual property. All you can find is papers of my ex-wife look like I allow, which is fraud. It's not me made that paper. I was in the United States and she made overseas with some people, basically legal paper. You can check for fingerprints or anything. I wasn't there. So anyway, now, suppose university has a site. That site is located on external system. So like previously Harvard, if they had network, like maybe small one, few computers, it's like, suppose one inside of admission, another couple or whatever somewhere else, and they had a cable, so everything was inside. But my system is not for you to quit your stuff, but my system is to show the people. So if 1 billion people want to see Harvard, you need to connect 1 billion cables to your Harvard with previous configuration. But in my way, if I have external system, if I have your site, okay, so people, when they use the browser, is going to external system, suppose Colorado, and you're getting the results from there. From any place in the United States, from Texas, California, anywhere, they're getting the same Harvard site. So in this case, it does not go to Harvard 1 billion cables. Everything goes to external system, and everybody can get. But on your side, on Harvard side, you don't have any cables. You see how it works? You don't need to resolve cables, restrictions, where to put, where to dig or anything. And then, besides that, the Harvard University student, he can go home. And he does not need to be connected to Harvard computer. He's getting the site, but the site is from outside of Harvard. So he can go anywhere around the United States and he can get the same stuff he needs because he is not connected to Harvard. Because previously you would need to put 1 billion cables. Because if you go to 1 billion places, you need to have 1 billion cables going to Harvard. But right now it doesn't. See? So basically I logically came to the certain system, which is that's what they explore. I'm really mad that I don't get paid for this. I should be the first guy who should be getting paid for this, And the American law system, this lousy kind of stuff, allow everything except the talent getting money. Anybody else get the money except me. I came to this and they wanna get rich on my expense. That's crooks. I'm telling you, that's crooked world. America made very lousy ground to have a lot of illegal stuff easy going. You know, like they had that mortgage. They had mortgage crash. I think there is a movie, it's called Margin Call. Basically, they were allowing too much of mortgages, unverified income, or people were putting all kind of numbers, basically fraud. And people could get 5 houses. Some people could get 5 mortgage loans with no income, really. So it's sort of lousy ground just to get the buck. In my case, I have that lousy ground. They're trying to offer my intellectual property with fake papers. Look like I allow. No ID, no authority, nothing. Look like I allow, which is fake. It look like wife when she's divorced. I don't know. They made all kind of fake papers there. Look like somebody like him, allow them, whatever. Basically, it is corruption. It is a corruption. If politicians are making any papers, fake papers or false, that's corruption. And companies using that would be corruption. So they're trying to trade corruption or offer people corruption. What Harvard can teach, basically, yeah, it was Tim Berners-Lee, and it was basically a group of people, and Olga, my ex-wife, made papers look like she is my wife and talk about my intellectual property, and then here and there she signed some kind of strange seals they got. I never was there. Basically, that is corrupt business. If she say fraud and politicians do some kind of strange stuff, that's corruption to me. And then they talk to people who try to make IPOs. And IPOs, American IPOs, have papers look like I allow copyrights. Again, fraud. That's a fake paper. I never was there. And those companies, they excuse, oh, we have that paper, somebody is allowing copyrights. I never was there. That's fraud and forgery of my ex-wife, because she want to get money, but I'm not there, so she make everything just to get the money. Look like I'm husband, we're together, seals, I don't know where she got seals, signatures, what attorney approved all that. Some fake attorneys, probably fake seals or whatever. And then they have IPO, look like, yeah, everything somebody is allowed or okay to do. Fraud. You can check my Social Security. I live with Olga in Minnesota. I came to that system, intellectual property, in 92. In 92, we started to work, late in 92, we started to work at JCPenney. At the time, Clinton and Al Gore came for election, election they had talking. Me and Olga were working pretty much that time. We were working at JCPenney. I had Social Security, she had Social Security. So, and later, in 93, she's leaving. Her Social Security is flying with her, because I don't have it, she didn't give me. And my Social Security is staying. And then later, they're making all kind of papers look like I'm there. You can check my Social Security, I was here. So, and then money should go there, where my Social Security and me here. So if, for legal purposes and for tax purposes, all should come here, because I need to pay tax. If they talk about compensation, it should come here to pay tax, because I'm here. But based on her stupid papers, I'm there, and they believe in her stupid papers, and they keep sending there. Now, when the tax come, tax paying time is coming, she is telling I'm there, but I'm here. So I cannot pay tax because I'm not there. See what I mean? Yeah, she had tweaks to get the money. She got the money, look like for us, for me, whatever, but I'm not there. But for lawyers, I'm there. See what I mean? So now, what can you teach about it? Basically, they implemented mine, where basically diverting the funds and pay tax. It's a play, look like I'm there, but I'm here. So, what can you teach about? For my part, basically unjust enrichment. Illegal use and unjust enrichment. And if she say wife, it's fraud because she's divorced. So you cannot teach mine. That one is like for, like I said before, that's probably for like criminal justice student about case about corruption or money laundering or diversion of funds and unjust enrichment. That would be for them. They can teach something. They can find a lot of stuff. But for like normal legal, no, I can tell you they have so many trading violations. I can find probably easily at least 5 for each company. Easy 5. First of all, they had papers. They had papers. I'm overseas. That's fraud. Anywhere they submitted I'm overseas, that's fraud. And if she said married, I'm divorced, there is a record, divorce. It's fraud. Okay, now if there's a signature because I was here, she signed, that's forgery. Now, if compensation approved and going, it's not going to me, it's going there because she's playing wife and getting money. So it's again fraud and diverting funds and not paying tax. It's already 4. And then I can tell you, like, I allow copyrights, fraud. I never did allow copyrights, it's made up. Anything you say, I like these people, I like that people to talk for me, that's fraud, that's made up. I was here, they make papers. So anytime fraud, forgery, I already counted 6, at least 6 for each company. I have already 6 trading violations. And for IPO, if I go through all IPO's requirements, I can find much more. So realistically, you cannot teach anything. Realistically, to me, the criminal justice people, they can teach about some kind of bad case or the biggest scam or the biggest, to me actually, it's one of the biggest scam offered on Wall Street. They were offering on Wall Street based on illegal papers, look like somebody is allowing and somebody is overseas, and is based on those copyrights, unexplained, a lot, like I said, 6, it's more than that. And the volume, the quantity of those people, of these companies is quite big. So I would say, to me, it's one of the biggest probably trading scam of the century to me. Because I came to international big system, many software decisions, they use illegally and multiply and offer that using illegal papers. It's a big scam to me, at least, until today.